Hey friends, Brian here. Hope everybody's doing well. So today I want to talk about another calming breath technique called Samavritti. Samavritti. Now this is also called breath of equal holds. It's been called square breathing, box breathing in modern times. And it's something that's even taught to the Navy SEALs because this is a breath technique that can allow us to help calm our mind, calm anxiety, while maintaining a level of alertness. Okay, so it's a very useful technique. Now, in order to do this, we're going to need to have that nice full yogic breath I talked about in an earlier video where we're using the belly, the chest, and the clavicles. So if you've not watched that video, I'd recommend you go back and check that one out first, okay? Samavritti, breath of equal holds. Now, as the name would suggest, we're dividing this breath up into equal parts. There's going to be 4 parts here. So we've got our inhale, then we'll hold the breath at the top with full lungs. We've got our exhale, and then we'll actually hold the breath at the bottom with no air in the lungs. Okay, so these are the 4 parts. Now this 4th part, holding the breath at the bottom, at first for people can be a little bit scary because it's not something that many of us are used to doing regularly. And so we get this panic, like suffocating feeling when we don't have air in the lungs for a while. That's a natural response. This will pass, okay? And we'll actually be able to hold our breath eventually for very long periods of time with no air in the lungs. We'll get to that later, okay? So for Samavritti, we're going to inhale for, let's start with 4. We'll hold our breath for 4. We'll exhale for a count of 4, and then we'll hold our breath at the bottom with no air in the lungs for 4, okay? Now, if this final step is difficult for you and you find yourself gasping, just take a couple of breaths in between rounds, okay? So you do one round, take a couple of breaths, catch your breath, and then you do another round, okay? But the idea eventually is for this practice to stay consistent so that we are doing this without a break for maybe 5 minutes or so. Now, very important when we're working with any breath practice, but this one in particular, that we're not forcing anything, okay? Because the idea is to stay calm and relaxed. We want to calm anxiety. So if we're holding our breath to the point of gasping, we're actually creating maybe a little bit more of a panic, and we might actually negate the calming effects of this breath. So we want to keep everything very relaxed and calm as we do this breathing technique. There's an old yogic saying that talks about if you're going to, tame a wild beast, it's not a good idea to whip it and hit it. It might eat you, right? A better effect is when you coax it, right? When you treat it gradually, right? So the respiratory system, these are very delicate organs. We don't want to whip them into shape. We want to coax them, okay, through repetition and gradual increase. So let's try this, okay? Let's take a nice seat if you would sit with me. Sit up nice and tall. We can open the chest, okay? Hands can just rest on the palms, okay? And then we'll just take a nice deep breath in, fill up, and fully exhale all the air out of your lungs. Good. Seal the lips, and we'll breathe in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath in. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Breath out. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Breath in. Hold. Breath out. Hold. Breath in. Hold. Breath out. Hold. So this is Samavritti, okay? Breath of equal holds. Now, the idea is to do this for, again, an extended period of time, maybe 5 minutes. If that feels good, you can just breathe until you feel calm. You can do a certain number of rounds. This can actually be a really good help for insomnia, okay? So if you have trouble sleeping at night, you can do this at night. However, it can also be good in the middle of the day. It's not just going to put you to sleep. So the idea is to calm the nervous system, but remain alert, right? Which again is why they teach this practice to Navy SEALs when there's a task at hand that needs to be done and you need to be calm about it. This is a good exercise, okay? Samavritti. So play around with it. Feel free to extend the ratios. If 4 wasn't quite enough, go ahead and extend it, 5, 6, 7, up to whatever. But again, we don't want to be forcing our breath to the point where we're gasping for air at the end of this, okay? So play around with it, practice. Let me know what you think. Talk to you soon.